Hello? through the labors of their work, students may be well and truly served, and that good purposes, the common human life, are be realized in our midst. Amen. I welcome you all to the first state of the SRC organized by the Parliamentary Council. You are all welcome. Before we begin, the second thing on the other paper is that I give a small address. I want to encourage every single student here about one thing. KNUST is for us. We came to meet it. One thing we can do, if we cannot make it the best, is we should not make it the worst. Thank you. Order 4 on the before commencement of public business is report by correction of minutes and acceptance. Ms. Gloria. Honorable members, with all due respect, the minutes is not available. The minutes for the last session is not available. It will be sent to us through our e-chamber platforms for us to read and then accept it in our next sitting. So I bear with us. We should all try our maximum best to, side with all of us. Yes. So with unanimous consent, I would like us to surpass this item on the other paper and go to other paper, order number 5, which is report by College Caucus Head. Honorable Nigel is not in, so any member within the College Caucus should fill in and give us a brief report for the College Caucus. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Mr. Speaker and the House. Mr. Speaker, fellow honorable members of Parliament, the Dean of Students, the Vice Dean of Students, the SRC President, SRC executives and appointees present, the media, ladies and gentlemen, with all protocol duly observed, I submit this report on behalf of Honorable Nigel Chiyeboah, the head of the College Caucus. Mr. Speaker, the semester began with the College Caucus, which comprises college presidents and their secretaries, receiving first years with open arms into their various colleges. This was iced with a grand orientation, a 3-day orientation to welcome these students. Mr. Speaker, I must say that the orientation was really successful due to the hard work and pragmatism of these college presidents and their teams. Mr. Speaker, in our bid to solve some of the issues associated with the distribution of student funds or student dues, the College Caucus introduced the bill into Parliament, a draft bill into Parliament, which duly received the support of other caucuses in Parliament. This bill was passed as a resolution bill, and consequently, it received the assent of the SRC President to become a bill that is standing and would be used in favor of students in Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, Kumasi. Mr. Speaker, the collaboration and cooperation amongst the College Caucus has been phenomenal, one that hasn't rocked KNUST before. Mr. Speaker, GISA partnering with HISA for a health walk, diffusion of ideas amongst the colleges with regards to making international opportunities in terms of internships and exchange programs available to our students has been a commonality within the College Caucus. Mr. Speaker, I must admit that the level of unity and cooperation within the College Caucus is one to be emulated by other caucuses in Parliament. Mr. Speaker, against this backdrop of unity, we seek to leverage on our resources as a caucus to help students in our various constituencies, both academically and socially. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Benkao. That report has been entered into the records. Order 6 is report by Hall Caucus Head. Honorable Joshua Green, you have the floor.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Speaker. Okay, thank you, Mr. Speaker. The Hall Caucus, as you all know, um, received freshers from different backgrounds and then different places and came into KNUST the first time. So naive as they were, we were able to abreast them with issues on campus and then receive them very well, so that they settled down without any problems. In as much as we've worked so hard, and the halls also have different mechanisms in which we have things solved. We've had individual achievements in the hall that we feel will bring it to light to people of KNUST. All right, so I'll start with the CAT JCR. So from CAT JCR, on issues pertaining to electricity problems they received a delegation from the university following up on the issues. We also moved to Queen's Hall. We celebrated aerobics as some of the preparations towards their anniversary. We also come to Rapport, which has also are ongoing in terms of the renovation of their JCR office. It comes to University Hall. We've had procurement of chairs for all the rooms and study rooms, including purchase of speakers for the hall and many other things that we, because of time, won't bring into it. We also have from Indus, they also had one of the best special fairs on KNUST. And then from Africa Hall, they've also purchased so many things for the hall. Challenges in regards to the hall are quite peculiar and different. We said that they have different internal mechanisms in solving it. So far, issues are electrical and then carpentry problems, which we are engaging all the necessary stakeholders to solve them. So far, so good. The hall have always been united, as said by the College Caucus. And then we will always work hard in making the conditions in the hall very conducive for members to stay in. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Joshua Green. The report has been entered into the records. Order 7 is a report by non-residential caucus head. Honorable Daniel, you have the floor.
Mr. Speaker, fellow honorable members, the DOS, SRC President, SRC appointees, the media, the gallery, all protocols of the honorable. Yeah, sure. The semester began with concerns of accommodation by the first years, which with the Office of the Dean of Students and then a private firm, we managed to get accommodation for first years at a reduced price. And then also the UNRC, that's the Union of Non-Residential Constituencies, paid a courtesy call to the Foricrom MP. And then he informed us of his plans of increasing police patrols off campus. Then we thank the Office of the Dean of Students and then the SRC for increasing street lights off campus, mainly ADRC and Kenton Chrono. Also, the SRC, for the first time ever, has allocated a quota of their budget to the Union of Non-Residential Constituencies to perform their administrative functions. And then a non-residential bill was passed quite recently in Parliament, and then we are waiting for the assentment of the SRC President on that. For ISC Welcome Freshers on the 6th September, the orientation took place on 20th September, and then they went on a freshers tour. That was 5th October. And then for the problems we are facing right now, ISC is facing problems of welfare fund, which is inadequate, so they are asking for resources from all angles. And then for street lights off campus, it was mainly fixed around the IADRC gate, so we are hoping that the street lights more and then the old ones will be repaired and fixed at vantage points, because now it's exam time, and then just I think 2 days ago at BOM, so there was an attack with some students over there, so we plead that more street lights will be fixed and repaired around that area. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Tete. The report has been entered into the records. At the commencement of public business, Order 8, this is the time whereby we all welcome our SRC President. So shall we all rise and welcome Master Eduba Charles, the Commander-in-Chief of the KNUST Cadet Corps. Mr. President, you are welcome to the floor of Parliament. Today in your midst, you have students who are willing to listen to you. I bid you farewell. Thank you. Shall we all take our seat? Order 9 is the first performance by the school choir. That is where we sing the school anthem with patriotic mood. So shall we all rise once more as we sing the school's anthem? Thank you, the school choir. Order 10 is the introduction of the SRC president and honorable dignitaries. So I'll leave that to the clerk. Madam Clerk, you have the floor. Please, we may take our seats.
Mr. Speaker of the House, a good afternoon to all of us. Today, we have in our midst some important dignitaries who have taken time off their busy schedules to be with us today. It is my singular honor to introduce to the House Dr. Ocheadai Mensah, the Vice Dean of Students of KNUST. We also have in our midst Reverend Dr. J.W. Echampo, the Protestant Chaplain. We also have Dr. Nobo Kontobi, the Chairman of the Security Service. We also have Lieutenant Colonel Richard Koba Eshen, the Head of Security. We also have in our midst the SRC President, Commander-in-Chief of the KNUST Cadet, His Excellency Master Eduba Charles. He came in the company of his able vice, Master Nazer. We also have in our midst the SRC Financial Secretary, Master Danso Boache, and our Women's Commissioner, Ms. Sandra Esinam Susudis. We also have all our appointees present. We welcome your presence here. Thank you so much. We also have the local NUGS president in our midst, Master Fred Parker. You're all welcome to the House.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Order 11 is the address by the Vice Chancellor. But with all due respect, we would want to pass this because one or two reasons. Our Vice Chancellor is very busy and he was not able to make it. So with unanimous consent, I would want us to move to Order 12, which is the address by the Dean of Students. And then we have the Vice Dean of Students, our one and only Daddy, who will give us the speech.
The Right Honorable Speaker, Ajimain Asamoah Hamvila, Your Excellency, the SRC President, Master Charles Eduba, Mr. Nazir, his Vice President. I have seen other executives of the SRC here, Maxwell Esinam. I've seen the Chief of Staff. I see Reverend Dr. J.W. Achampon, the Protestant Chaplain. Lieutenant Colonel Koba, the Head of Security. My good friend, Dr. Nobo Konchobe. A very good afternoon to you, ladies and gentlemen. Just before I got here, there's a friend of mine amongst you who was asking me how it feels like coming for such programs and whether or not I see it more as a routine, as something I'm supposed to be present and to give a speech if need be. Now, my response to him was, on every occasion that I'm invited to a program like this, it gives me an opportunity to reflect on the present and look at issues more closely and to find out whether or not there's hope for us as a university, as youth, and as the SRC. The truth is that anytime I've had to do that reflection, the response has been positive, although there have been some concerns. And so I believe that the present crop of leadership we have, both at the parliamentary level and at the executive level, have what it takes to take us to the promised land. The truth is that the Dean of Students Office has had a very good relationship with leadership, executives, parliament, and the various caucuses. There have been some challenges, that notwithstanding. And I'm sure that one of the major challenges has to do with our time. Usually, meetings are called for, say, at 2 p.m. and the meetings don't get started at 2. Usually, we'd have to wait for 30 minutes, 1 hour, sometimes 2 hours before the meeting gets started. I think that it is something that we must pay very close attention to. But I have 1 or 2 words for leadership. I think that leadership thrives on criticism, positive criticism, constructive criticism. And I think that every leader should be concerned when his most ardent critics decide to be quiet or decide to say yes to everything he says. Usually that happens when your critics feel that their inputs are not being taken on board or their inputs are seen as disloyalty. And usually that happens when you have some amongst leadership who would at one time or another go to, say, the president or the Speaker of Parliament and draw his attention to the fact that this has been the second or the third time a particular individual is criticizing a position he, the leader, has taken. But you see, I do not think that criticism and dissent should be equated to disloyalty. The moment we do that, we will fail as leadership. It's one of the major problems we are facing as a country, where people are unable to tell the truth to leadership because they will be taken as coming from individuals who are moles who have been planted amongst them, or individuals who are not loyal to the cause of leadership. I pray that even as we sit to go through this all-important function, we will reflect on this and understand that we can only make it, we can only improve on our circumstances if we take on constructive criticisms. It is true that attempts have been made, positive ones, to beef up security off campus. And here I would want to commend highly the SRC executive and Parliament in particular for that bold step you have taken. I think that security is a shared responsibility, and there's a need for us all to take our security and our safety serious. It is true that there have, in times past, not too long ago, been incidents where individuals have been attacked off campus, and not too long ago, I think a couple of days ago, at the administration roundabout. Lieutenant Colonel Koba is here, and plans are far advanced, like the politicians would say, to ensure that whether on campus or off campus, the security of our students remains a priority, and that students would feel safe, particularly round about this time when students would have to learn deep in the night to be able to make it in our mid-semester exams. I pray that even as we go about our duties as leaders of the SRC, be it Parliament or Executive, we will understand that our main goal for being here is to study, acquire degrees, acquire diplomas, acquire postgraduate degrees. And I think that at no point should we take that for granted. That should be our major priority. In private conversations I've had with some of the leadership, I've always indicated that it is not too much in your interest as leadership. If you have to organize so many programs within one semester to the detriment of your studies, I think that you could choose a couple, say 4, organize them very well. And I think that that would go into the records or the books as good leadership so far as the SRC is concerned. I'm sure that as I say this, there are some who think that, well, maybe you are out of touch with reality and that there's a need for us to have all these programs because in the last year, these programs were organized. Well, I hold a different view. I think that it is not about the number of programs you are able to organize in a semester or in a year. It's about the quality of the programs you have organized and whether or not they speak to the needs and the desires of the students. Thank you very much for this opportunity.
Thank you so much. I would also want to use this platform to say a very big thanks to Dr. for his advice, his guidance, and everything he does for the SRC. and the Parliamentary Council. We would move to Order 12. Order 13 is the address by the Protestant chaplain. Say, you have the floor.
Right Honorable Speaker, His Excellency the SRC President, His Excellency the Vice President of SRC, the Executive of the SRC and the Leadership of Parliament, various caucuses, Vice Dean of Students and the Head of Security, President of NUGS, all other protocols observed. Well, when I was invited, I thought I was coming to pray. I just looked at the program and realized that I've been given a slot to address this august house. This is about my second time of coming here, and I'm always impressed. And I think this is more impressive for me than the first one I attended. Yeah, I think you were equally late, but your lateness was a bit better. And I hope you will improve on it next time. Yeah, so I want to commend you for how you are able to organize yourself in this setting of a parliament. In fact, I've never been to the national parliament before, but I think I don't need it anymore. This is a good foretaste of what happens there. And that also tells me or reminds me of the fact that you are conscious of the fact that you are being prepared for leadership, not only here on campus, but the nation and perhaps the world at large. And so, well, I am the chaplain of the university, and I started being a chaplain when I was in secondary form 4, in those days. And now I'm a chaplain of the university. So who knows? Perhaps your being here is a prediction of what you are going to be one day. And I know that some of you are vigorously and consciously going to pursue it. So that's why you have to take whatever you are doing here very seriously and learn from it. So use the opportunity available for you here to build your capacity as a leader and also to work as a team. I was very happy to hear the first report about the college caucuses, talking about how you are uniting to ensure that the welfare of students is promoted. When you were even talking about steps you are taking in terms of, how do you call it, programs outside and all that. And you rightly hit the nail on top of it that other caucuses should learn. I think united we stand. So the halls and residents, those on residence, those outside campus, I think it's something we should all learn. And I want to say that when you meet like this, I know that you're able to express concerns and deliberate on issues concerning the welfare of students. And by God's grace, we have structures in place. And so we should always try to learn how to collaborate with our superiors as well in trying to move the welfare of our students forward, as well as promote the good name of our great university. We are just coming from Obuasi, the Obuasi campus. We went there to organize the first ever SEC service for them. And I believe the next time we are going to take you along. And it was a great thing to meet them, small as they were. It was a good thing to be with them. So as you do your things, we believe that, and I know that you are already putting in structures to find a way of getting them to feel a part of you as student leadership. please maintain a good balance between all that you are doing as SRC executive, parliamentary executives, and in whatever capacity you find yourself as a leader on campus. The temptation is to be carried away by what you are doing, the extracurricular activity you are involved in, but never lose your focus that you are here primarily for your academic achievement. I can't leave without saying anything from the Word of God. Sure. What I shared with the students in Obuasi was Moses telling God that if your presence will not go with us, then don't let us set off at all. And so as leadership of our students in this great university, I want to urge you that yes, your predecessors have experiences. You may have your own experiences, your dreams, your vision and aspirations, but you cannot make any successful headway without the God factor. We cannot play down on that. So please, let's do this. And I believe that God is going to use you to move our university forward to the glory of his name. We wish you all the best in your deliberations and even as you work as a team of student leadership. God bless you.
In this sense, God bless you too. Members of the House, we would move to Order 14, which is the second performance by the school choir, and then we shall all sing the National Youth Anthem. So, shall we all rise? A very patriotic song. Shall we all take a seat? Leadership has been informed that caucus heads have moved a procedural motion for an amendment of the order paper that members should be given a minute each to give a short statement from their constituency. Leadership sees it in order, and then we would start from Honorable Joshua Green. Honorable Joshua Green, you have just 1 minute.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'll let my secretary do that.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker of the House, I speak on behalf of the University Hall Constituency. We will say we've chalked a lot of successes, and then the detriment of everything lies in we maintain a level of calm in our hall amidst certain issues that pop up. I'll pray that the various stakeholders involved cooperate with her so that the peace we are seeing in the University Hall continue. Finally, I wish the very best of this noble parliament. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Asante. We would move to Unity Hall President, Honorable Wisdom Selassie.
Thank you very much. Right Honorable the House, may you live long. I bring you greetings from Unity Hall Constituency. My constituents are doing very, very well. And in terms of general welfare, they are all good. And I would like to state here that Unity Hall can brag of a 24/7 ICT center. It runs throughout the week 24/7. And also, we want to state here that we've chalked so many successes in the just ended Freshers Games competition. Unity Hall has won about 70% of the games. And also, our cadets, the Unity Hall Army Cadets, last week launched their 20th anniversary celebration. So within the semester, they'll be celebrating it, and it will be very, very mega. We would like to entreat all honorable members and all members of the Kenyan UST community to come around and enjoy. And also, some of the problems we are facing in Unity Hall is the Wi-Fi. The ratio of...
Honorable Selassie, your time is up.
Thank you very much.
Let's move to Honorable Clement Aidani.
Thank you, Right Honorable the House. My board president has said a lot. Now, after talking a lot of successes with respect to sports, the Wi-Fi situation he was talking about, I think the Dean has assured us, and then we are hoping that as soon as possible, we see a boost. As compared to other halls, the ratio 122 is to 4 routers. As compared to other halls, 46 is to 4 routers. We are hoping that they look at that for us. And hopefully, we are doing our best to make sure everything is calm, and then we have a successful stay on KNUST campus. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Clement. Honorable Priscilla, please, you have the floor.
Right Honorable the House, I bring you greetings from Africa Hall, the only twin tower hall in KNUST campus. Please allow. Yes. Out of our achievements so far, the executives of Africa Hall this year were able to generate money to get the boys television and renovate our television room as well, a DSTV. So the boys are no more coming to Conti or Hall 7 to watch the Premier Leagues and other football matches. And then we had issues with water last year. And then when we are coming into this administration, we did our possible best to talk to management to drill the borehole for us. And as it stands now, Africa Hall, when it comes to water problems, please, we are no more there again. And then our elevator, the girls' side is working. I'll say the school management and then Africa Hall management are doing their possible best. And then, Speaker, I'll use your office to talk to the Vice Chancellor, the Dean of Students, to come to our aid to give us the permission, although we've taken our petition to Vice Chancellor to give us the go-ahead to fix the fans in the hall, which was having some legal... So please give us I want you to use your office to tell to Vice Chancellor on our behalf so that we can fix the fine. And we are hoping to fix it this year. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Priscilla. As you all know, the Dean of Students is an open place for all of us. But with all due respect, I would deflect or defer this question to His Excellency the President. As you heard, the honorable member just made a very sensitive submission. Honorable Venita, please, you have the floor.
Mr. Speaker of the House, I also bring greetings from Africa Hall, the only hall with its executives being all females. My able president has said it all, but I would want to add that this semester we've been able to organize a successful aerobics, and then Miss Bellamundi, we all know Miss Bellamundi, a renowned TV presenter, passed through the hall and then educated the girls on the use of contraceptives. So basically, that's what we've done so far. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Honorable Frederick Boachi Opon, you are recognized.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Greetings from Queen Elizabeth II Hall. First in academics. Mr. Speaker, we are the text matters holders, so permit me to say first in academics, second in entertainment, maybe. After report, the semester started so well. We've had our pumps automated. Previously, we were having executives turning on pumps and off should the need arise. And moments when we are not having executives around, there are overflow of water. So now we are conserving water by automating the pumps. So we have the pumps filling and going off at when the need arises. So going on, we've also made provisions for first aid boxes. Queen's Hall is 60 years or so. Yesterday saw the aerobics and health work. We also realized that senior high school students are unable to arrange their programs when selecting KNUST when applying. So we had a summit for senior high school, 7 schools, all bringing their final year students around. And Mr. Speaker, we've taught them how to apply for KNUST. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Honorable Esther, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, the House. Continuing with our 60th anniversary celebration, our theme for this 60th anniversary celebration is 60 years of residential facility, our past, our present, and our future. On Saturday, we organized health work and aerobics, and then the attendance was very massive. Yes, and also some activities that we plan to hold within the 60th anniversary celebration is a grand derby, and then we've got the privilege to invite the British High Commissioner. We also have a dinner dance and then a fundraising. I'll urge all affiliate student bodies to come and then celebrate the 60th anniversary with us. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Honorable Esther. Honorable Kwame Timen, please, you have the floor. Just for a minute, please.
Mr. Speaker, the House, greetings to you all. I'm Kwame Timen Frimpong. I'm President of the Independence Hall Constituency. And I'll let my secretary continue with the report. Thank you.
Honorable Matilda.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the Honorable House, my name is Honorable Matilda Kudia, the General Secretary of Independence Hall Constituency. Together with my President and executives, we bring you greetings from the Premier Hall. Mr. Speaker, we are in the middle of the semester and we have come a long way as a constituency. In general, we would say the state of the hall is good. We had our orientation in our first JCR meeting and it turned out successfully. The JCRC embarked on a visitation to visit all the members of the hall in their rooms, to welcome them and to take their contacts for the creation of WhatsApp platform for each floor, of which they can channel all their grievances. The JCRC also elected various floor presidents to aid us in serving our people. The hall management, together with the hall management, we've been able to fix the power plants, dig a borehole to ensure adequate water supply. The elevator is fixed, and we have provided dustbins in each room. The east wing washrooms have been renovated. And last but not the least, you all will attest to the fact that we organized the extraordinary, awesome, out of the blue freshers fair. You can all look forward.
Honorable Matilda, your time is up.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you too. Honorable Abdul Maltafi, please, you have the floor.
Mr. Speaker, the House, I bring you greetings from the best college on KNUST campus, the source of living of KNUST, Kanasa. Kanasa has, as the new administration of Kanasa, we've been able to work with the Office of the Provost to provide screens in the NCB, the auditorium, for students to aid them in their academic studies. And then we also have the WUCOM Bring Up an initiative, which seeks to help empower ladies within the disciplines of our college to excel very well. And we'll be launching it on the 23rd of November. Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable. Let's go to Honorable Portia Ofusua Ofusu. Madam, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, the House. I bring you greetings from the College of Agric and Natural Resource, the source of living of QNUST. We have been organizing tutorials for the first years in our bid to help them prepare adequately for the mid-semester exams. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Portia. Honorable Calvin Banahene, please, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. We bring you greetings from the clinical students at Confanoche. We want to take this opportunity to thank the Office of the Dean of Students for making time to meet us. We deliberated on a lot of issues. We pray that all the issues that we raised will be duly addressed. Thank you.
Thank you. Honorable Chilotam, you are recognized.
Mr. Speaker and the House, my president has said it. We hosted the Dean of Students and his team at the Clinical Students Hostel, and we managed to come to a consensus that we do have a lot of issues that need tackling, and we pray that that deliberation was fruitful. We can also boast of continuous water supply to the Guy Fund Hostel. Previously, there were lots of issues concerning that, but we thank God that it has been rectified. And this year, we also, in collaboration with the Komfanochi Teaching Hospital and the MSA, Medical Students Association, were able to organize a health walk for the awareness of breast cancer, and it was a massive success. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Honorable Jijeno Ajo Azia, please, you are recognized.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I bring you greetings from Republic Hall. My members are doing very well. I'll say a few things and my handsome president would finish. As the semester has begun, we've chalked some successes, and amongst them is a Mongol emerging the winner for the just ended cross country, organized by the KNUST Sports Directorate, the male part. We also organized a talk for the residents in the hall on how to relate with their roommates and much more, which was massively attended. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable. Honorable Solomon Amankwa, please, you have the floor.
Let me begin by recognizing the Right Honorable Speaker, honorable members, the House. Greetings from the decorous Noble Hall, the best hall in West Africa. The hall many people had wanted and always want to be in. The hall with the beautiful gestures. The hall with 1,168 students, 408 females, and 760 males. The aforedescribed hall is Republic Hall. My people are in good condition and also proud of the hall because most of their problems, such as theft cases and water crisis, are solved. Myself, together with my executives, have galvanized ourselves to make sure that all their problems are solved before the end of this semester. I was very happy when I saw the head of security here because I have a problem for him. Please assist us when we are able to get suspects and then we forward the case to the police. Because we've realized that when the cases get there, the cases die. So please help us out. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Honorable, the reason why we have the security service management, the president, and then the security people here is because they wrote to the parliament a very beautiful and inclusion letter. I think we should all give it up for them because they showed interest in what we do and they asked that we include them. So it's good that, say, you've heard from first-hand knowledge what goes on in the halls. I think after here, there could be a meeting between you and some of our members to listen to them very well and then help us as you have always been doing. God bless you. Thank you. Honorable Ben Carl, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the House, I bring you greetings from the largest and most diversified college on campus. Mr. Speaker, on my way here, I overheard certain people saying that course is gradually becoming the production hub of leaders on campus. And I'm so proud to see the JC from my college the Speaker, Right Honorable himself from my college, and the indefatigable SRC President from my college. Mr. Speaker, before I give my hardworking General Secretary the nod to speak to some of the successes we have chalked, let me say, long live KNUST Parliamentary Council. Thank you.
Honorable Benka, that was a very... Thank you. Honorable Chalotia Matitibia.
Mr. Speaker, the House, greetings from the College of Humanities and Social Science Students Association. We thank God for bringing us this far. From the beginning of the semester, I would like to commend my executives. Yes, some of them are not here, but they've always been hardworking and they've been cooperative enough. Just recently, I think 24th to 26th of October, the college organized a health screening, blood donation, and aerobic exercise for the students. And I would say that it was highly patronized. So we are grateful to the Lord for everything. And we believe that with time and with the grace of God, we are going to make the college great. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's make cause great again. Honorable Josephine Siedu, please, this is the first time the Secretary is speaking before the President. We'll continue in that effect. Honorable Josephine, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable. Dignitaries present. Unfortunately, my president couldn't make it due to one or two reasons, but the Right Honorable's attention has been drawn to it. It gives me great pleasure to bring to you greetings on behalf of the Ghana Engineering Students Association. We began our semester by officially welcoming all first years and crowning it up with the GISA orientation on the 13th of September. Moving on, we partnered with the Health Sciences Association, where we organized a health walk and a health screening, and I must say, it was very successful. Currently, there's an ongoing 3D and app development tutorial, as well as the usual GISA tutorials for first years and second years. We also adored our Engineering Premier League with a GISA Jersey Day, which was very grand and mega. Finally, a team from engineering represented KNUST in the Ghana Gas Challenge, competing against the University of Energy and Natural Resources and the All Nations University. And I must say, KNUST emerged winners. That is the team Lingas. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Josephine. Honorable Abigail Akosia Sewa, you are recognized.
Thank you, Right Honorable. My name is Abigail Akosia Sewa Asare, the CISA General Secretary. I bring in greetings from the Science Students Association. We had a few challenges last semester due to our electoral processes. Because of that, our administrative work started a week before reopening. Regardless, when school reopened, we helped the administration of the college organize a 3-day orientation program for the first years. Within that three days, on the last day, we had an orientation for just the females in the college. Also, CISA partnered with the Oncology Department of CATH to create breast cancer awareness to the environment of Kumasi. During the vacation, we had a new provost, and in the quest of making the provost known to the student body, we created a flyer to make the students' body aware of their new provost, who is called Professor Leonard Amekuji. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable. Honorable Justice Appiah, you have the floor.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Right Honorable the House. My name is Justice Appiah, the Member of Parliament for College of Science Constituency, and I'll use this opportunity to bring you greetings from the only college with its name in the university's name, and also from the college, that is the premier college of the university. The Speaker of the House, I'd love to say that in as much as we started late with administrative processes, we've done so much, which I would love to commend my executives who are around. First and foremost, I would love to talk about the facelift that we gave to the Women's Commission, that is the Women in Science, whereby we organized a program to bring about a launch of it, that is the Women in Science Uprising. Also, through advocacy, we made sure that we extended the time lag within which our learning commons are being opened. And we are pleased to say that the biology learning commons and the chemistry learning commons would be opened from Monday forward, from 5 to 10, aside the usual opening of the complex learning commons. The Chair of the House, I'd love to use this opportunity to pray the SRC President that CISA has had its own challenges, and of such as the looking at shuttles moving from the pharmacy bus stop straight heading to KSB, could see that they move on top speed. And when they reach in front of the college, most of the times they don't stop for students to pass. So we would love to pray the SRC President that if we could make a zebra crossing in front of the college, which at least will create a room for students to pass anytime they are moving from one side of the college to the other side. Thanks a lot, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Justice. Honorable Barbara Dochi, you have the floor.
Mr. Speaker of the House, first of all, I'd like to apologize to the House on the absence of my president, Honorable Bright Emmanuel Ampofo, who doubles as the HESA president and the deputy speaker. He's actually sick. HESA is doing great. God being so good, we started by launching our logo and handling projects like that of Seshe. It's a mental home which needed urgent reconstruction, and as such, we went ahead to help in a good way. Giving back to the society as health students is something dear to us. Fast forward to the just ended breast cancer health work, which was done together with GISA, turned out really good. It was then followed by the Ayele play, which is a true life story on breast cancer. Those of you who could grace the occasion with their presence will attest to the fact that it was marvelous. There are projects like the departmental debate and career seminar, which are all in the pipeline for this semester. We ask that God and our good people continue to give us the needed support, and together we can make HESA greater and a much better college than it already is. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable. Honorable Yvonne Lomote.
Thank you. Thank you, Right Honorable. The Speaker of the House, thank you to each and every one of us for this great opportunity. Our passion and main aim as reps of the College of Art and Built Environment.
Honorable, please, is your microphone working? Yes. Okay, please try your best and speak to our earrings, okay? We beg you.
Thank you, Right Honorable. As I said earlier, the Speaker of the House, thank you to each and every one of us for this opportunity. Our passion and main aim as representatives of the College of Art and Built Environment Students Association is to bridge the communication gap between the two faculties, that's the Faculty of Art and Faculty of Built Environment, and also articulate the views of the people we are serving. Kabesa, we stand for dynamism, cohesion, and innovation. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Next on the speakers list is Honorable Entry Kakari. Honorable Eki Harry, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker of the House. I bring you greetings from the College of Art and Built Environment, KNUST. As my college secretary said, cohesion, dynamism, and innovation is what we stand on. First of all, I would like to talk about the just ended Zanzama program we had, which was a collaboration between the folk event, the Art Society, and then the built environment. Now, this program seeks, as my secretary said, to bridge the communication gap between the two faculties as we move on. Moving on, the Faculty of Art had an exam seminar which sought to support and enlighten students on how to write their exams, especially being it the first with respect to first years. Fabes is about to launch their Builders Challenge, which will also seek to promote the built environment beyond Ghana Beyond Aid. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you so much, Honorable Ekihari. Um, Honorable Oyet Victory, please, you have the floor.
Mr. Speaker of the House, I bring you greetings from the international students here on KNUST campus. The administration kicked off operations in September during the freshers welcoming. We also had an orientation for them. We also took the freshers on tour around Kumasi, and they greatly appreciated that. Basically, everything is fine in the constituency. Thank you.
Honorable, thank you too much. Honorable Enyinda Increase, you are recognized.
Thank you for the opportunity, Mr. Speaker, the House. I bring you greetings from the International Students Association of KNUST. I'd like to inform the House that the ISA General Assembly is coming off in about 2 weeks, and the General Assembly is an avenue for international students to air their worries and also comment on the administration's works so far, and I'd like to invite everyone here to that gathering. We actually have 2 issues bordering our constituency, and I'm sure the campus MP will agree with me on the first one being the condition of the Brunei study rooms. I know our main aim here on campus is to learn and get our degrees, and in the best way possible. The new Brunei study rooms are in a very unfortunate condition. Yes, and I would like the SRC president to note that and also help us put in a word to the Brunei management to facilitate the renovation of the study rooms before the exams at least. And I'd also like to mention that the executives of the International Students Association would like to reestablish the ISA Welfare Fund, which is a fund that will be set up to help and aid international students going through financial worries. I'd like help to come from all angles with regards to this fund. And saying all that, I'd like to thank all the student associations and most importantly, the SRC for the immense cooperation, and I look forward to working with them along with my team. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Honorable Increase. Honorable Samodonko, you're recognized.
Thank you. Mr. Speaker of the House, greetings from Kentinkono, the only city on campus. Kentinkono has been enjoying much benefits from the authorities, school authorities, and we are very much pleased with that. In as much as our security issues are concerned, our lighting systems are really working for us, which we were pleased with. About 15 to 20 street lights, solar panels in our constituency. We are grateful for that. And our shuttle system is really in touch and it's working, which we are grateful for that too. The last time we met, I complained about the timing, and the Office of the Students told us that he'll make it and a point on it. I just want to talk about our shuttle issues with I want to talk about the shuttle ranks, an initiative by Master Edward Charles, which is to provide shuttle ranks on campus. We want to talk to him that he should help us with a shuttle station in front, opposite the Agric faculty, which will be pleased with it. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable Samodonko. Honorable Kelvin, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Please, on behalf of the constituency of Bomsu, I welcome all and sundry to today's state of the SRC address. First and foremost, recently, the Brunei Sports Complex was inaugurated, and then it doubled as a tournament, and then my constituents placed third. And then also, I also like to comment. I also like to express my utmost gratitude to the Dean of Students to liaison with the GRASAC, the SRC, and then the NUGS president to allot a portion of their SRC budget to countervail the security issues found at Bomso. I know that the security issues, the attacks and the assaults have been on the ascendance, but I know for sure that measures are still in the pipeline to arrest this issue. And then also, the Bomso Shuttle rank, that is at the commercial area, hosts a plethora of students every now and then. And I want to thank I know for sure that measures are in the pipeline to also arrest this issue. And I'd also like to use this opportunity to wish all and sundry Godspeed in our forthcoming midterm exams and then the rest of the endeavors. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Honorable Kingsley, please, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker of the House, to God be the glory, the first half of the semester has elapsed, and although it has been a very challenging start to the administration, the IDRC constituency is on track with the major objectives we set for the semester. We have received 20 solar-powered streetlights, and we are very appreciative of that. And I'm sure that, and I believe it has contributed to the declining number of reported attacks on students in the constituency. Indiscipline on our roads has also seen a dip slightly in the past few weeks after the engagement of the Office of the Dean of Students, and measures are still being put in place to completely eradicate the menace. Also on emerging issues, this is one area that we don't really talk about. The constituency sanitation isn't in the best of states, and is an area that attention must be drawn to. There are no adequate proper waste disposal systems in most of the privately owned hostels, and this is having an adverse effect on the environment. Mr. Speaker, we also have issues. We still have issues with lighting. Some major parts of IUDRC are still dark, and it poses a serious threat to security. So I'd like to beseech your office to aid us to see to it that all the issues are duly addressed. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Kingsley. Honorable Peter, please, you are recognized.
The Speaker, the House, greetings from Kuti. First of all, I would like to commend the Office of the Dean of Students for the help they offered in finding accommodation for the freshers. I would also like to commend them on the extension of the shuttle services to our constituency for the mid-semester week. And then it's our plea that we get permanent bars which will be assigned to our constituencies throughout the academic year.
Honorable, a quick announcement. This program is being covered live by Focus FM, and in all the halls, there are speakers that are taking it live for students who are not able to come here. This is the first time. So if you are speaking the microphone, I plead you speak a little bit louder so that the radios could pick it very clear. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. And then on security issues, I would like to talk about street lights, which our honorable member from my ADRC spoke of. The ADRC constituency was provided with some street lights, and I was hoping and then wishing that the administration will provide to other constituencies those street lights. So it's my plea to the SRC and then to the school administration to help better the lighting system in our constituencies. And also, I would like to talk on the waste disposal in our constituencies. Recently, I saw some residents disposing their refuse just behind the school, and then I would like to draw the school's attention to it, and then plead that the school provides a better waste disposal management system for us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable. Honorable Daniel Tete, please, you are the last man standing and you have the platform.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. In terms of welfare, my people are doing very well. They are doing very well. A power plant has been installed at Brunei Complex now, so all gas hostels now have plants. So when it's light out, they don't have a problem. For water problems, it's gone down compared to recent years. Also, The dustbin behind Hall 7, just behind Hall 7, has been removed now, and then I think the sanitation problems over there is better, in a better condition. There was a fire drill organized yesterday by SIC and the gas management, and then to teach students the proper ways and procedures to stop fires in hostels if such cases happen. Also, about a month ago, there was a tournament organized, and then the Kenton Chrono won. It was a tournament organized by myself and then the gas management. Okay, so we just need Wi-Fi at SRC hostel, and then I think speed ramps on campus should be renovated and repaired. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Looking at the general assessment, I can boldly say we are doing well. So we commend the school's administration, we commend ourselves, but then there is more to do. So let's gear our attention and our energies towards the little or the more that we have to do. And also, announcement, this program is being streamed live on the SRC Facebook page. So members who have the opportunity could inform the people who want to see it live, on the video aspect of it. Thank you. Due to the fact that some of us spoke about security issues, and then the fact that we have a representative from the Security Management Council, then I would give the president the 10 minutes to address the House on what are some of the measures that they seem to take and the roadmap from here. So, sir, with all due respect, you have been recognized for 10 minutes. Thank you.
Right, Honorable Speaker, with your kind permission, I would like to build on the established protocol. I bring you greetings from the entire membership of the Security Management Committee and KNUST Security. Today is a very historic day. Historic in the sense that this is perhaps the first time that this Honorable House has invited the security to be part of its sitting since its establishment almost 11 years ago. It is also historic in the sense that it also marked a sharp departure from the culture of mutual suspicion between the security and the student body. And this kind of suspicion and counter blames was somehow cited strongly during last year's disturbances on campus. And so going forward, it is a very good exercise for all of us. Right, Honorable Speaker, I think there's a lot that the Security Committee and the security services can do with the help of the students in order to improve upon the security situation on campus. I wanted to read straight from my script, but let me deviate a bit and go straight to the issues. Number one, Mr. Speaker, we believe that being security conscious at all times, but let me deviate a bit and go straight to the issues. Sorry for the playback then. Yes, number one, security consciousness at all times is very important as individuals, because the first step towards self-security is to be what? Conscious of oneself, one's own security. That is the number one issue that we must all bear. Number two, we must also maintain effective line of communication between the student body and managers of campus security. This is important because you students live within the communities and at the halls of residence, and you are aware of the security challenges that exist at those areas. So timely communication or alertment of security to some of these issues could help address issues before they get out of hand. Mr. Speaker, let me also say that we must always use dialogue as a first line instead of using social media as our first point of, our first place to air our grievances. Whatever the cases are, let us always make a conscious effort to bring the issue to the table for discussion and amicable settlement. Because rushing to social media always lead to counter rebuttals and invitation of outside participation, which only serve to pollute our learning environment. So please, going forward, let us do well not to do that. Honorable Speaker, the student leadership at various levels should also take care of the management of atmospheres during high-profile events. For example, during morale nights, SRC, Hall Week, and all other celebrations. Now, if we don't take charge of the atmosphere, then it permits outsiders to take charge of the situation and do things in our name, which in the long term does not augur well for security on campus. So whenever such events are organized, leadership must be in a position to take care of management of the atmosphere so that the excitement do not go overboard. Mr. Speaker, let me use this opportunity to express our solidarity to the leadership of the SRC, which was assaulted in recent times. We bear with you, and we also bear with all students who have suffered such attacks on and off campus. Your thoughts are always with us, and we are promising you that everything will be done to ensure that your protection is guaranteed. Mr. Speaker, with these few words, I would like to thank you once again for inviting us and giving us a platform to speak. We believe this will not be the first and the last, but then we'll be invited to subsequent sittings. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. With all due respect, a humble plea. I don't know if you can tender in your speech into the records, because it seemed to have a lot of things that we all could take you from. So the clerk will receive the tendering. Thank you so much. We would move to the most important item on today's order paper, the main reason why we are here, the state of the SRC address. Oh, sorry, an oversight. The NUGS president would have 7 minutes to address the House on the state of NUGS and what they have been able to do so far. So, Mr. President, you are highly recognized.
Right Honorable Speaker, University Management present here today, the SRC President, His Excellency Master Dubai Charles, colleagues, students, leaders, ladies and gentlemen. I think, Mr. Speaker, I also let my handsome secretary present my speech for today. Okay, so just for laughs. Mr. Speaker, I hope the House will bear with me because I have a lot to say, but the time is too small, and I'll try as much as possible to manage my communication. Now, some months ago, myself and my able executives were elected into office, and I want to say a big thank you to all members of Parliament for their support and trust during our electoral procedure. Mr. Speaker, on 12th of June 2019, the leadership of the local NUGS front was sworn into office. And, on the 12th of June 2019, fast forward, we started a lot of strategic meetings with corporate bodies and government institutions to aid us in the bid of ensuring that most of our programs and projects that we want to organize on campus are successful. And such strategic meetings led us to the Minister for Business Development, of which, God willing, somewhere latter part of this semester, we'll be launching an entrepreneurship event which seeks to draw investors closer to students who are into entrepreneurship. So it means that students will get funding from host of investors. So it's not going to be NUGS allocating a certain amount of money as cash prize for winners. But this time, we are going a step further to ensure that the business ideas of students are being realized. Mr. Speaker, our administration has represented students of KNUST duly at National NUGS Front in terms of CC meetings and other emergency meetings. Recently, there were issues at the National NUGS Front, of which I happen to be on the Committee of Electoral Reforms. So, gearing towards NUGS Congress somewhere next week, there are new electoral reforms that have been put in place to ensure that there's free and fair elections in our NUGS elections at the national level. Again, KNUST has about 5 students who are now alumni, and there are 7 on the National Union of Ghana students. And this year, we seek to present 3 candidates, one for president, one for secretary for union development, of which I'm very... of which I'm honored to say that Honorable Entry Kakari Harry has duly submitted his forms for that. And I want to urge all parliamentarians and then students of KNUST to support him in his ambition to become the Secretary for Union Development. We also have a gentleman in person of Kelvin Jima, who will also be running for programs and projects at the national NUGS level. And then we have Yadom Bwachimano, who's also running for presidency at the National NUGS Front. It's our prayer that all these students of KNUST will make us proud. And we are going to be there to ensure that the process is fair, and in the end, we will bring all 3 portfolios back to KNUST. Mr. Speaker, as part of our partnerships with the SRC, we organize for the first edition of Tech Talk for the semester, of which I believe the SRC president will give us a comprehensive report on Tech Talk when he's here to deliver his speech. But we also engage ourselves in aerobics with the SRC after the Tech Talk ceremony. Now, Mr. Speaker, we have also embarked on an ambitious project that is waste management in our various halls. And due to a lot of consultations and how broad waste management is, we are poised to do a lot of stakeholder consultations. So currently, we are at the consultation stage, and it's about 55% complete. Hopefully, latter part of this semester, we will do the full implementations, whereby our various halls will have bins separated to collect plastic waste. Now, these plastic waste will be sorted out, will be sold to people on the market, and then will be given back to students as stipends. So students who will be involved in waste management collections at our various halls will also have the chance or the opportunity to receive stipends from this. Now, this project is in partnership with Recycle Lab Ghana and one of the institutions from Germany. Mr. Speaker, I had a special honor to represent the association and the school as a whole in Rwanda, Kigali, Rwanda, at the ended Youth Connect Africa
Mr.
conference.
President, with all due respect, your time has been exhausted, but we are giving you 2 minutes to do final touches.
Thank you very much. Now, the purpose of the conference was to provide a holistic solution to alleviate the challenges faced by the African youth. Myself, with a delegation from the SRC, with the SRC Vice President, the SRC Financial Secretary, GASAC Vice President, and Research Chair attended this event. Going forward, Going forward, as part of our corporate social responsibility, we will be embarking on an outreach in some of the deprived districts within the Ashanti region, of which our first outreach will be on the 16th of November at the Achuma Kwangoma district. Before I proceed, I want us to commend the Dean of Student Affairs for his tremendous support and concern towards off-campus security. And this has led to NUGS allocating 20,000 Ghana cedis to combat off-campus security.
Honorable, your time has been exhausted. Please tender in your speech to the clerk and to the records. Thank you so much. And then congratulations for the things you've been
Thank you, Right
doing.
Honorable Speaker. But I'll give you indulgence. Next time, I think you should allot more time to us so that we'll be able to deliver our speech in full.
Very, very well.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so looking at the time allocated was 2 to 5. So the time also on the other paper has been exhausted. So by principle, we are to close until an honorable member moves for an extension of the time. So the floor is now open for motions, and the leadership is entertaining motions.
Mr. Speaker of the House.
Honorable A.K. Harry, you have been recognized.
My name is Honorable Harry Kakarienchi, a representative from the constituency as the president for the College of Art and Built Environment. Move for the motion that at least 30 minutes of the time should be added so that we finish in peace. Thank you very much.
A motion is set. A seconder. Honorable Portia Ofusua Ofusu. Honorable Portia, please, you have the floor.
I, Honorable Ofusua Portia, I second.
Any counter motions? Without seeing any, with unanimous consent, the motion passes. So we have 30 minutes and other 15. Let's welcome to the floor of Parliament His Excellency the President, Mr. Aduba Charles, Commander-in-Chief of the KNUST Cadet Forces. Sir, you are welcome.
The Speaker of Parliament, Right Honorable Asamoah Mahavela, Vice Dean of Students, Dr. Oche Ademinsa, the Protestant Chaplain, Dr. J.W. Champon, Chairman of the Security Council, Head of Security, Lieutenant Colonel Kennel Koba, leadership of SRC Parliamentary Council, all protocols observed. I greet you all. And I deem it much honor to stand in front of you today to deliver the State of SRC address. To start with, we would give a very big gratitude to the Almighty God for how far He has brought us. Also, we want to show appreciation to all stakeholders of the university, especially management and students, for their restless cooperations in bringing us this far. Now, early this semester, the SRC started with the freshmen volunteering on arrival of the first-year students on campus. This project was successful through the office of the SRC Welfare Commission, and then we gave first years all forms of necessary assistance. This support was further extended to KNUST of Wasi campus as well. With the aid of the Office of the Dean of Students, I must say that this was a very much of an achievement. We moved on, and then this academic year, we were able to record the highest amount so far in the disbursement of what we call the Kitwa Beransa, which is 1,009,100 cedis distributed to 2,279 needy students who qualified for the Kitwa Beran Insua bursary. Now, among these beneficiaries, an amount of 400 Ghana cedis was allocated to 1,000
954 students, and 700 Ghana cedis to 325 needy students for the Ketwa Biansa Fund. On this note, I'd like to reiterate that this has been the highest number of access students have had since KBN was initiated. Additionally, the SRC, through the Welfare Commission, has initiated the Bwaunia Fund, which seeks to complement the KBN. And in doing this, we help our colleague students in need. And then we use this initiative to encourage students to donate either food or clothes to help the students who are not financially capacitated like some of us are. We have also been embarking on off-campus tour. And this also came from the SRC Welfare Commission, together with the SRC Head of Security and the SRC Transport, as well as hostel management. And the initiative was to pay visit to all the first-year hostels off campus. This was to make sure that our students off campus, especially, like I said, first years, are getting the best of residents needed. The report has been submitted to the Office of the SRC President for perusal, and then we are forwarding it to the necessary sectors of the university management for assistance and support. Then again, the SRC, under the Office of the Women's Commissioner, has seen a mind-blowing initiative called the SRC Food Bank. This initiative seeks to provide very needy students with food items to support their day-to-day activities. This was commissioned just a few weeks ago with the presence of our Vice Chancellor of the university, the Dean of Students, University Chaplain, and a couple of noble guests. We say thank you to them for their support. These food items would be distributed to applicants who requested for such support in 2 folds within every semester. In so doing, much priority is given to our females by 70% and males 30%. This is to make sure our female students are well supported to pursue their education, but not at the expense of our males. So indeed, this SRC is duty-bound. On transportation, the SRC organized a hassle-free transport service for freshmen who had been admitted to the university. The SRC also established campus signposts which help the direction of vehicles and movement on campus. Our relentless efforts have now made students from Ahinsan and Engineering to enjoy free shuttle services from their end to campus. The number of shuttles that go to Kentin Krono have increased, and through advocacy, 2 mini Camp Pride buses and 2 Tata buses have been added to the already existing shuttles working within campus and off campus. Again, we are duty-bound. On safety and security, the SRC provided more than 15 solar street lights off campus to enhance visibility during the night. Community watchdogs, which was initiated by some previous administration, is fully functioning, and even now with involvement of expertise. The SRC is putting in plans to deploy professional security service in Kentin Krono, Aidria Sikoti, Ahinsan, Eija, and Bomso. We believe that this project would help us build and integrate the communities to adopt critical security measures needed to improve general safety for the communities hosting these students. And this project is it's coming on with the support of the Dean of Student Office and Mr. Lieutenant Colonel Koba. I am really grateful for your support so far. Moving forward, I believe that we all heard the news on some SRC executives as well as executives from some halls being assaulted and brutalized, including myself, by some past students of the university. Well, the position on the SRC is that this action is extremely barbaric, and then the SRC and the university do not in any means condone to such an act. And so, as we speak, the perpetrators are being brought to book and they are facing the full rigors of the law. I wish to advise the general populace to desist from such acts, assaulting an executive or a colleague student or even a non-student. This country and this university is bound, they are bound by laws, And then if you take the laws into your hands, you make sure that the laws will deal with you as it should be. So the SRC Judicial Council has within the past month successfully organized its swearing in of members. This makes the council members eligible to be empaneled for matters that come before the council. Again, steps have been taken to ensure the council airs its programs Know Your Rights that seeks to inculcate the culture of lawfulness by serving as a means of educating students on their rights and obligations under the SRC Constitution 2011 as amended. Student Guide and Code of Conduct at 80, the statute establishing KNUST and the 1992 Constitution of Ghana. This, we believe, would serve as an avenue to receive complaints for the students and channel them for redress. The council still remain poised to serve and ensure justice to the people of KNUST. As president, I'm very much grateful to the SRC Judicial Council for the effort they have put in so far. God bless them. On entertainment, we believe that, as the aphorism goes, all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. So this year, SRC recorded one of the massive and most attended Fresh Affair with heated performances from the legend rapper Sarkodie to Cream Promise, Joy B, Efia, and other renowned Ghanaian artists. In order to foster sisterhood and build a strong bond among our ladies, the SRC Women's Commission organized Girls Connect at the poolside. This event was also overwhelming, and the commission has more packages for students, for female students, in the good days to come. Under academics, the duty-bound SRC is doing very well to make sure that the academic life of students is well shaped. Mr. Speaker, over the weeks, the SRC through its advocacy has called for enhancements in student academic life, where extra 10,000 chairs are going to be provided for classrooms, including the one at Castle Hayford building, which we had so many complaints from various student leaders. Then again, the SRC has shown much commitment to improving capacity of students in our university. Our position on entrepreneurship is that at the end of our 4, 5, or 6 years of study on campus, the average student should be able to draw a business plan or proposal and submit it to a panel or present it to a panel. This has been discussed at the University Academic Board alongside support for academic credit as we promised during the campaign times, and then we are looking forward to reforms in that effect. We have also had free language classes that started some time ago, and we are trying our best to add additional courses to it. Under our service, it has seen more enhancements, and it came under the office of the Academic Board Chairperson of the SRC. A social intervention policy that has been introduced by this SRC for the first time in a very long time is the SRC Work and Study. For the past 3 to 4 months, we have been working around the clock to get avenues on campus for students who are in need to work and then get some small stipends for subsistence. The whole idea is that we do not necessarily want our welfare funds to come for free, but then it should come along with the acquisition of skills, among others. And then we believe that if this program, at the end of the day, is fully rolled up, students will be able to add to their CVs the number of years or months of working experience whilst they were students. So this is it. In making life of students better on campus and their capacities built, the SRC has introduced work and study policy that seeks to employ students at various workplaces within the university, which includes Focus FM, KNUST Hospital, KNUST Poolside, KNUST Gym Center, Transport Office, Engineering Guest House, Ozen Block, and the main library. We have had over 1,000 applicants who have shown interest in being recruited and enlisted as workers under the Work and Study initiative. We are even looking at students who will come down to earth to even mowing of grasses and cleaning up venues after programs being organized by Students Association. In the subsequent days, we will see the project effectively rolled out. Not to forget, Ozen Block is a renovated study area which was commissioned some months ago by our Vice Chancellor, our Dean of Students, and members of the SRC. It is our ambition to furnish 3 rooms in the Ozen Block and provide adequate study space for students. The SRC Secretariat, which is supposed to be situated at the basement of the SRC, at the basement of the housing block, is still under construction. In our quest to contribute towards climate action, the SRC took upon itself to plant trees across KNUST. Maintenance would be supervised by the SRC Special Initiative Commission and the Forestry Commissioners on campus. And then we are very grateful to the United Nations Students Association and the Faculty of Built Environment for their support in the provision of students to support this project. Before we came into office, we promised students a 5-year strategic plan called the PDGs, Purpose-Driven Goals. It was supposed to be ready by October 14. We have worked around the clock. We have collated ideas from stakeholders of the SRC. We have sent Google Forms for students to contribute. We have contacted prospective student leaders, prospective SRC presidents, among others, and we have taken inputs. Our idea is to make the SRC much more focused and well-planned. Very soon, it will be presented to Parliament for the inputs, perusal, and then approval. For the first time, we have had what we call the Student Technology Challenge, known as the STC. This seeks to train students in artificial intelligence to build models geared towards solving social problems. We've had over 1,000 applicants, out of which 200 have been selected for interview. After interview, these 200 students would compete in the technological challenge after undergoing 4 weeks of vigorous training. The top 10 teams would be selected and supported to build on their models and solve the problems they identified. Again, the SRC is duty-bound. We have been able to successfully organize Hot Prize, and I'm very happy to see that it brought students from various faculties to pitch various ideas which is geared solving societal problems that would help more than 1 million people solve their problems in the world at large. With the support of KNUST Business Incubator, we were able to scrutinize people's entrepreneurial ideas, and the winners were given awards, citation, and recognition. The Trade, Technology, and Innovation Commission is also working on the KNUST SRC Business Pitch, which is a platform for students with innovative ideas and business skills to pitch their businesses and get access to fund and start their business. This initiative is in collaboration with the Business Incubator and Ministry of Business Development. Selected students will undergo capacity building training sessions so that they can withstand and compete global business giants. Winners from KNUST will then compete that of other universities at the national level. This is a decentralized form of the presidential business pitch, which saw 2 students of our prestigious university winners. We, the SRC, are putting every single effort in to make sure that we set the record this year too. They have also been embarking on denominational visitations, and then our support to our denominations, including our Muslim brothers and sisters, have been unprecedented. We helped the SEC during the organization of the School of the Spirit with an amount of 10,000 cedis. We are also helping the Pentecost Students Association get tiles for their building at Aidriase. We are also working very hard to help GAMSU organize one of their biggest programs in January. And we are putting in every single effort to make sure that JEMSA is also not left out, and every single denomination as well. We also have plans for the students' SEC complex, and we believe that in subsequent days, the Protestant chaplain will hear from us. All right, the next one is Tech Talk. Tech Talk has always been an avenue where hidden talent of students are elevated by the presence and stories of great people within the country. I must say that Tech Talk was initiated when personally I was in first year, and I had the singular privilege to be the first year student to ever host Tech Talk. So coming to office, we were very much passionate to make Tech Talk one of the biggest programs KNUST would ever see. But then, after the organization of Tech Talk, it is very unfortunate that the board comments reaching my office speak of how bad this recent program was. Despite the rain on Friday, Great Hall still recorded more than 1,000 students. And then we are thankful to every single student who helped in diverse ways to make the program very successful. It was unfortunate as well that our guest speakers couldn't show up for various reasons. And with respect to the information that has been put across by the media and some other students, I've been discussing with the Speaker of Parliament and some executives of the SRC, and we are going to set up a committee to closely look at what has transpired in Tech Talk and position it for successes in the future. Moreover, we believe that the fourth arm of government, which is the media, in making the world a better place, we believe in the fourth arm of government responsibility in making the world a better place. We also believe that their work is not only limited to putting out the flaws of leaders, but also their achievements. If all student media was to engage the populace on food bank, tree planting, work and study, among other achievements of the SRC, as well as the new records we have set in KBN, our SRC would be seen as one of the best over time. But it isn't so because campus media is not helping. Humbly, this is a personal plea that before any media put out any information, come to us to know what the truth is. An example is the fact that I saw a media house publish that we have spent 51,000 cedis on Tech Talk, which is very far from the truth. I believe that in subsequent days, the Parliament will get to know the details of our expenditure at Tech Talk, and then we'll crave your support. We'll crave your support in the subsequent programs, as well as Tech Talks we'll be organizing. We promise you that we are still committed to making our SRC better and well positioned for successes in the future. We have had frequent meet the press, and this initiative was achieved through the SRC Public Relations Office to brief and engage all media houses on campus about the state of the SRC. This was dubbed So Far, How Far? And the purpose was to detail all activities the SRC have had engaged in itself during the vacation and at the beginning of the semester. This was also a medium of responsibility and accountability to our dear KNUST students through all media houses. Ladies and gentlemen, I must say that this SRC has also been able to elect interim representatives at Obuasi campus. And they have been talking to us from time to time, and then we understand the problems they are facing. We have been giving them financial assistance from time to time, and then we'll continue to help them solve their problem. We have had breast cancer training, which came under the Women's Commission Office, which was a very large success. We have had aerobics and a sport, where we saw great men, great media personalities coming to help us achieve great successes. Our KNUST sports team, with the support of our SRs, was able to achieve the second place in the recent organized YPYC University Competition Games in Accra. It brings me much happiness to see that. For the sake of time, I would have to cut everything short and conclude by calling on to you to come together to make the SRC a successful one. Just as our choristers said, we should unite to build our nation, and we should unite to build our SRC. So long live the SRC Parliamentary Council, long live our SRC, and long live KNUST. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. President. With much ado, I want to talk about Tech Talk. I've engaged the members of parliament a week now that we would be setting up an ad hoc committee to review what, how, why, when, and why we are here at Tech Talk. And I can look into the eyes of the average KNUST student and tell you that you'll get to the bottom of Tech Talk, you'll come up with recommendations, and if someone needs to be sanctioned, he would. But I don't think anybody would need to. With that, I would say the Tech Talk chairman is a very honorable person, but that does not stop him from being probed, looked into why we are here for Tech Talk. So on the other paper, the president has given the speech. You would have a 5 minutes performance by the school choir. Then the House would entertain motion for adjournment. Then we would recess. So the school choir, with the greatest of due respect, please can you... Wow. Thank you, the school choir. At this point, we would all look at the screens and look at the lunch of the food bank. Yes.
During campaign, we met quite a number of students who were really in need, not necessarily for money, but couldn't really afford a meal a day. Some would be so happy to get even 2 cedis to buy beans and gari. So the thought came that we should just get some items to support those who are in such a situation.
My students to think of the needy amongst them and to individually and collectively go around soliciting for food items and clothing for students that cannot afford even a square meal in a day. Very appreciative. The management want to support the effort, and we also want to go in as many food items that we can find in our home, and as management we also support the venture. We will not be in need again from today onwards. Whoever is needy will find food in our university. They may not be of need to you, but for somebody else, it's a treasure.
By God's grace, we've been able to see this. Our Dean of Students has been amazing. Our Vice Chancellor has donated so many bags of gari, and he's going to start tin fish also to make sure that students don't have to go to bed hungry.
So on behalf of university management, SRC and everybody, I say this food bank will not die, but we'll make sure that
And I thank God so much for my team and then my executives as well. They came on board. So this is what the KNUST SRC has done through the SRC Women's Commission. We want to thank you so much for the support and the love you've given us so far. Thank you so much.
That was a wonderful display by Awukom. Madam Wukom, may you live long and may you be fruitful. And then students, it's food bank. Even though we have sponsors, we can also donate. So I have, as Speaker of Parliament, decided to donate 2 bags of gari to the bank. And I encourage the members to also donate some amounts or some products. Yes. So I wish they could play the warfare, the Waunia video, so that we could also see that initiative. But it looks like we are not playing it. So the floor would be entertaining motions for adjournment. Okay, so we have it there. Yeah.
And this place could be much brighter than tomorrow. And if you really try, you'll find there's no need to cry. In this place, you'll feel there's no hurt or sorrow. There are ways to get there. If you care enough for the living, make a little space to make a better place. Heal the world, make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. There are people dying. If you care enough for the living, make a better place for you and for me. Yeah.
Okay, so the House is open for motions. We are entertaining motions for adjournment. Honorable Frederick Boachi, upon you have the floor. Any seconder? Honorable Josephine Esiedu.
Second.
Any counter motions on the floor? So without hearing no counter motions, the motion unanimously passes. And with unanimous consent, the House has been adjourned. So recession. Masha, don't be sleeping, please. We have to recess. Announcements. So oh yes.
Hello, good evening. And please, we've made provisions for everyone. We should try our very best to make it in order, because the God we serve is a God of order. So please, no one should rush with the food, drink, or anything. Appointees, please, you're supposed to wait. Yours will be given to you separately. My honorable parliamentarians, please, you're also supposed to wait. And all students, please, if you can wait, you can also wait. Thank you very much.
Wow. Okay, so the closing prayer, shall we all rise? O God, grant us a vision of our university, fair as it might be, a university of righteousness, where none wrong his neighbor, a university of plenty, where evil and poverty shall be done away with, a university of brotherhood, where all success shall be founded on service, and honor shall be given to the deserving, a university of peace, where the SRC shall rest on the will of the people and the love for the common good. Bless the efforts of those who struggle to make this vision a living reality. Inspire and strengthen our people that they may give time, thoughts, and sacrifice to speed the day of the coming beauty of Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, Ghana, and Africa. Amen. This comes to the end of the first State of the SRC address. The second one will be in December. I am very grateful to the Dean of Students Office, to the Vice Chancellor, to the SRC President, to members of Parliament, and to every single student who sleep, pray, and wish us goodwill. God bless us and nowhere else. Thank you.
Mr. Speaker.
Yo, Skittles. Yo, I agree. I agree. Yo, Skittles. Yo, Skittles.
to all participate in our democracy.